Manyonyi Vision Diaries. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the course of these presentations that the cooperatives have given us, one thing I learned is that cooperatives are the bedrock against which human development is going to take place, especially in the agriculture space. These cooperatives don't work in isolation. They work in silos. And for us to be able to see growth in these cooperatives, we need an element of supply chain finance. We have seen that matters of production are being handled through the cultivate, innovate, and creating impact. We have a challenge when it comes to market linkages. Most of our cooperatives are price takers. A research we did some 7-8 years ago showed us that many of our cooperatives and smallholder farmers have a challenge of poor payment terms as well as inability to set prices. This is only going to be handled by value addition. If we are able to add value to our goods, then we are able to overcome these challenges. Access to finance is still a problem, and I can see we have a financial service provider here who, as we interact, will be able to tell us how we can access finance to grow our cooperatives. Allow me at this time ask my colleague Catherine to come and tell us what next we will go to after the judges come in. And if I remember well, there was the cooperative that was, let me refer to my paper. The cooperative is called Reformed Poachers. In their pitch, they said, an empty stomach doesn't have ears. It is true, I agree with them. And right now, our ears seem to be diminishing. If you look at the program as it stands, we'll have dinner after the awards. So hopefully, as we go down the roads, our ears will begin developing as we raise our appetite to that dinner. Yes, Catherine?
Michael, mine doesn't need to be raised. It's always high. My appetite is always up there. Very good. And it's always ready.
I've been taking care of you.
Ever ready. Now, if you notice, so many cooperatives did take part. Don't move. So many cooperatives did take part in this, process. And you realize that we've only had 6 of them present here. So while we wait for our judges to return, in just a few minutes, I'm going to request, and I think, Michael, you have the list there, at least 2 cooperatives in the interest of time, but we are going to give more time to you afterwards. So let's just, in no particular order, we're going to request, I'm just going to randomly call upon a group that is represented here, a cooperative. Do we have Windy Coffee Growers Cooperative Society? Windy? Yes. Now, what we're going to do, please come up here. Thank you, sir. What we are going to do is, in just about a minute, we'll give you an opportunity to tell us what it is you've learned throughout this process. Yes, you may not have made it to the top 6, but like I said, today here we are all winners. And there's a reason you were selected. There are so many cooperatives in this country, but you are a winner. The fact that you got to be shortlisted means you are a winner. So if you could have a seat right there. There's a microphone right next to you. And yes, just hold the microphone. And in just about a minute, could you tell us what was your experience? Yeah, because I know you also went through this rigorous exercise. Michael, why do you always want to run away from me?
Everybody knows I've not run. I'm just walking around, making sure everything is in order.
I feel comfortable with you there. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So, sir, could you just tell us your name and walk us through, share with us your experience through this process? What did you learn? What did you unlearn? What have you relearned in the process?
Thank you very much. My name is Safari Joseph from Bwindi Coffee Growers Cooperative Society. It's found in Kanungu district, and we are coffee farmers who surround the Bwindi Binetro Forest National Park. I have learned a lot and some very good things here in this house, because I have known what we mean to invest, to invent, and to cultivate and to impact. That's very, very, very important. And I have known the importance of, we have to promote competition in our cooperatives, because we are dealing with many players. So you have to do something better. Make sure that what you are doing, you do it better than what others are doing.
All right.
So
thank you very much. A round of applause to for our friends from all the way from Kanungu. Can we have a representative of Merber A?
I would love it if we got a lady as well, because there seems to be a bit of gender imbalance.
Looks like we don't have representation from there. Mushana Upstaff Youth Cooperative Savings. Okay, maybe let me just ask the other cooperatives that are represented in here, but were not among the top 6. If you could just raise your hand from wherever you are, we could bring the microphone to. Wow, you asked for a lady? She's
yes.
Right here. Which cooperative society is this? Wagagai, please come and share your experience with us throughout this process. How was it for you? What stood out for you? What did you learn as a cooperative? What are you walking away with from this process? It may not be the cash, but what is it you're taking away from this process? Kindly introduce yourself and then
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
evening. My name is Zemei Fatuma, coming from Wagagai Coffee Farmers Circle, located in Kapchora District, Kasarem Sub-County. Today
Please speak through to the microphone.
Sorry. Today I've learned a lot of things, one of which is an idea should not just end at dreaming it. It should be put into practice such that the whole world can know what you're doing. Then, when it comes to inventing, you should not end at inventing, cultivate it, and please impact the lives of other people. It might not be only in your circle, but also the surrounding community. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful experience. Thank you, Uhuru Institute, for this opportunity. I'm very grateful.
Thank you very much for sharing with us. Any other cooperative that would like to share? Yes, another lady. Please welcome to the stage. Thank you. And please just pull up there. Please tell us your name, the name of your cooperative, and share your experience from this process as well.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
My name is Eddie Okello from Achweshomio Cooperative Society in Uyam District. I would like to thank the organizers of this Innovation Award. Ours was for a stove, and we tried, even if we don't get anything. This is a collective effort from all of the cooperatives, which is here. And what I've learned is I'm going back to my farmers and I will put them down so that I will also teach them what I've got here, so that next time when the award comes, we will win also. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I'm appealing to these organizers that women are the pillars.
Absolutely.
And most of the representatives who are here, when I'm not bad or biased, or you see, all are men. We women were not there. So next time, let us also be in the top, so that we can also see how women can go through this award. Thank you very much. I wish you all well.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank you,
your experience.
Mama. Thank you, Catherine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing I have always observed. You see, these MCs are like choir members in a church. They sing and tell people to take offertory, but they don't take offertory. They remain singing. Now, Catherine, you've been asking people to give us their experience and what they have learned from this important occasion. I want to ask you, what have you learned today?
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. On a very serious note, I think every experience in life is a learning point, and learning just never stops. And if you ask me to list the things that I've actually learned from the time I walked into this door, I'm going to need a 48-page notebook for me to write. One is I've learned that it's very important to show, somebody mentioned it, to show the world what it is you're doing. Because when you do, then you get support, you get help, you get you get guidance, you get markets for your products, you get known, and all that. But also, I've also learned that you can use whatever it is you have to grow your business into something really big. I've seen so many of these groups used what they had in their space, and they've done amazing things. So for me, my take home is that stay right where you are, look around you, and there is something that can change your life, change your business, and change the people around you.
Thank you. What I thought you had learned was, as someone in the media world, a lot is being done by the Uhuru Institute, a lot is being done by the cooperatives, but very little is getting out there. And Catherine, you're someone in the media. I think the media has an integral role to play in as far as cooperative societies building and development is concerned. There's a lot of funding out there by development finance organizations, the public sector, the private sector, but without the media coming in to drum what the likes of Uhuru Institution are doing, it will become very difficult for us members of cooperatives to be able to access the positives that come with innovation, that come with cultivation, and that come with impact. Therefore, if there are any other media houses that are here present, I would implore you to jump onto the bandwagon and help us drive this very important task that the Uhuru Institute is building. Looks like the judges are beginning to return, if I'm not wrong. And as they prepare to come in, Catherine, I'll ask you to usher us or inform us what happens after the judges are here.
I came with a very, very big handbag. I think it can carry some millions of shillings. So we can talk about that later. But what we're going to do, like you give us a rundown of the program, we do have the judges coming back in a few, and then we have the long-awaited actual awarding of our winners tonight. And then we will have dinner, of course, and the networking continues. The networking just does not stop. Every time I get into spaces like this, every time I meet new people, I want to make the most of the opportunity, because you never know who you're seated next to and how they're going to help you improve your business, or they could even be your next boss if you are looking for a job. So the networking should continue as we wait for our judges to return. And then we shall, the best part that I'm really, really looking forward to, Michael, is the second last, and that is the dinner. I love food just as much as I love the money, so I'm in the right place today.
Against which, allow me to once again say thank you to Goldstone Enterprise Consulting and Training, Liberty Insurance, NTV, where we are live, Spark TV. I don't know whether we are live on Spark TV as well. I hope we are. I also want to thank the Cooperator magazine, as well as the Central Bank of Uganda. There are many other partner institutions that have joined us in this very noble cause. We thank those from the private sector as well as the public sector, and we wish to ask that let this be just but the first, and hope to see you participate even more vigorously in the other awards that are going to be done the years to come. So at this point in time, allow me ask our technical committee to give us a musical interlude that will help us wait as we await the judges to return.
They're actually just around the corner, so the music should be able to usher them in. Thank you very much.
To improve their pitches come pitch day.
There are moments, there's a time we got lost and we drove deep into the depths of the villages. And our driver, Issa, kept the calm and he brought us back. The fun that you put on this trip made the journey look so easy amidst the bumps and the bad roads that we went through, the hills we were climbing. Thank you so much.
We traveled back to Kampala on the 13th of March. On our way back, we had to go to Nakasonga to verify one of the Cooperative Innovations. We drove a very long distance off the main road, and the person that gave us directors made us get lost. We had to drive back like a whole 1 hour backwards, finding the place again. But we managed to get to the place.
7 a.m. knocks were already on because people were meant to be at the breakfast restaurant or table by 7, and some of our guys, the people behind the cameras, they were awake at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., downloading, exporting photos, and before they are putting down their head, the knock is already on the door, and they're saying no. And you know, painfully they would come out, and we pushed on another day. And it was one day after another, shock after shock. When the rains came and we didn't know whether the cameras would survive, and everyone is holding underneath and...
Now, this is not just an award process. As Uhuru and Goldstone, plus other partners like Busara, we have been very deliberate about ensuring we build capacity along the way. Whether you're talking about pitching skills or just being able to communicate your problem, you know, having cooperatives understand what it means to be on the stage and communicate your value proposition. This has been...
Sorry for the interruption. Ladies and gentlemen, as we await the judge's return, I announce that we have some coffee, small bites outside there. I request that those who want to replenish, get a cup of coffee, get something to bite, do that, because in the next 5 minutes, the judges are going to be back, and I'll expect by then the kitchen to be closed, so we continue. Thank you.
So the second element that we have looked at in the Innovations Award is climate smart solutions that are enabling us to deal with the challenges we have today. And so we have looked at what cooperatives in different sectors are doing to actually adopt those climate smart solutions. The idea is that cooperatives, because of their multiplier effect, because of their footprint across different sectors, if they are organized and they appreciate their role in protecting, conserving the environment, then their business solutions would be done in a manner that actually enables us to achieve that. So the third thing that we looked at is ICT solutions for business efficiency and competitiveness. I don't have to explain this to any Ugandan because really the world is ICT. Data is where the big money is. But more so, whether you look at communication, right now people are developing robots, for manufacturing and all that, you can put your hand on. So cooperatives cannot be those entities that ignore ICT for development. So again, we have looked to see what innovative solutions around technology that is improving business efficiency. And lastly, the area we looked at is communication and marketing. This is big. Everyone has to tell their story. And if cooperatives don't tell that story from their perspective, someone will tell the story for them. And that story could mean that someone undermines what you stand for, or someone puts words that do not really benefit your business.
In order to achieve cooperative competitiveness, we innovated the Coop360 Innovations Award so that the Innovations Award can promote innovative innovations among cooperatives, learning among cooperatives, and competitiveness among cooperatives. Because for many cooperatives, people are doing business the same way we did it in the past, and yet the world is becoming very, very competitive, especially with digitalization and globalization. You are now, if you put something on the internet, you are now competing with the whole world, not just Uganda here. So they must learn to become very competitive. That's why if you went around, the team that went around the country, you see that there was a spirit of competition growing among the cooperatives that took place in this Innovations Award process.
We launched actually in September, and then through September to December, we had cooperatives apply for these areas that I've described, and we received 38 applications. Out of the 38 applications, only 23 were successful. It's these 23 cooperatives that moved to the next stage, which was verification. As you know, right now, a lot of people are not quite honest. Someone could send you an application and tell you you've innovated something, and then you go and find there's no innovation. So the judging committee has had to travel across the country, right from Kanungu to Nebi to Bukwa, some places that most Ugandans may have not even been to, just identifying, documenting, and recognizing the different initiatives that cooperatives applied for.
Visiting cooperative by cooperative to validate on the existence of the innovations that were registered. The assignment of this team that went out to validate was to confirm the area in which you applied, whether the innovation is aligned and whether it is existing, because there's some places that we went and they were still in ideation. They were still in the process of working towards the innovation. The team then set off, starting from the western part of this country, Kanungu. In the western and central, we had a total of 5 cooperatives. When we moved to eastern Uganda, we had a total of 8 cooperatives. And then in Lango sub-region, we had 8 cooperatives and 1 participant from the West Nile. All these having valid ideas and innovations which need to be amplified and some be supported on how to make them more sustainable and more viable. That has then culminated into pitching. After the validation, the businesses have pitched or presented their now innovation to a team of judges, causing this to be even much more difficult to identify or isolate one who is better than the other, because some of them, especially those that fell in the same category, Climate Smart, we had over 9 cooperatives, and they're literally having same ideas but uniquely executed. Their approach in working on them, each was a little bit unique, that then was able to be presented to the panel of judges. Likewise, the area of cooperative development, member development, and then the technology. And that initial pitching led to having 6 or the best 2 cooperative in every category. The best 2 in cooperative member development, the best 2 in the climate smart category, and the best 2 in the IT or technology category. Those are the ones that then move on to the next level of the grand finale. I want to credit our media houses because we moved to places and we're asking, how did you get to know about this? And some got to know through the cooperators, some got to know through the online news, some got to know through the newspapers. But they got the stamina and confidence and applied. The picture across the country is unique. Our travel reflected that the western part of the country had more cooperatives that were financially stable, a little bit financially stable. Their core need is skilling, and they need some panel beating in one way or another. Being able to make presentations, being able to understand the financial mechanism. And as we crossed over into the central and now going to the eastern part and eventually Lango sub-area and the West Nile, the stance began changing. You could feel the need of the financial or access to finance, and yet in skilling they could present themselves, they could communicate, which was a little bit different from the western part.
Human life is about many things: health, education, solidarity, common care, support, food security, housing. All the needs of human beings are not all money is very important, but not all of them can be met just by money. Making friends, for instance, not just about money. To feel that there is solidarity or people can have social care support around you, it's not just about money. So for that to grow and be very successful, you need to begin to go beyond just saving and credit and get into investments, because then you can attract others and you can go into other businesses. And that means progressively most of these saving and credit cooperatives, if they think big picture and recognize the needs of their members, that the needs of their members are more than just money, they are likely to become multi-purpose cooperatives in Uganda.
We saw innovations that blew our minds off. People are climbing up the hills, the mountains, and they're able to do farming. They're able to plant and are able to harvest amidst the tough climates, the tough land topologies. People have positioned themselves to be resilient. And so they're thinking of resilient seeds, they're thinking of resilient products themselves. For the first time, I got to know that an Irish potato can be preserved for a period of 6 months to 9 months. Here in Kampala, we think that after 3-4 days, it will be wasted. No, they've gone out to look out for a variety. So these people traveled all the way to Kabale, identified an Irish, worked around that variety to make it more resilient. And so, even after the season, they know that they can keep their seed, but they also can keep the potato, which is used, of course, the wedge that is used for eating. And we saw water coming, people being able to utilize the gravity of land, and they are irrigating without having to buy a pressure or water pump. We have had to climb up mountains for this water reservoir. 10,000 liters capacity up on the hill that almost took everyone's breath out. Yet, these men and women have committed themselves, and they're saying, you must come and see the things we are doing different. And climbing up there, when we saw the water, we were wondering, how did it come? And we wanted to verify, is there a pump or not? It took hard work of sweating and putting on the gumboots, because in some areas it was totally wet. And just again, like you know how we've been blessed by the mountainous areas that are always having rainfall. So we are blessed to have these kinds of seasons where we walked in there and it was raining from morning to evening. And it took a strong person to survive or to endure through the pain of walking in these heavy stoned and sharp places, cornering and having to climb through the terrain that was difficult. But eventually, we can only testify that we're able to validate, we're able to experience the things that the cooperatives are doing and are bringing out to the market to see and to this nation.
Basically, we had to go through a lot during this verification exercise. For example, in Kwen, you had to climb up a very steep hill where you kept breathing like you're going to die, but you had to get up to the top of that, because that's where the innovation was. We had to go and see the air tank, which was up on the hill, and the rain found us there and hit us from there. And then we came back down, starting the next day again at 7. So we ended up going to bed at about 11, get up at 6 a.m., breakfast at 7 again, go back into the same thing. We drove long distances, like going to Nebi was a really hectic journey because we had traveled the day before. We had to travel back to Lira the next day. We went through a very bad road to Nebi, where it wasn't that bad. They were constructed, so there was a lot of dust on the road. We had to keep closing the car windows. And then the heat was too much. Nebi is really hot, like the extreme hot. We actually sat under a tree to verify the innovation of the cooperative. We sit inside. Inside was very hot. So we went to a hotel. We didn't have we didn't have internet in those hotels. It was basically a very hectic time. But we survived. The cooperatives are really innovative. They are doing their best. We also did our best to give them what we thought they could do to improve their pitches come pitch day.
There are moments, there's a time we got lost and we drove deep into the depths of the villages. And our driver, Issa, kept the calm and he brought us back. The fun that you put on this trip made the journey look so easy amidst the bumps and the bad roads that we went through, the hills we were climbing. Thank you so much.
We traveled back to Kampala on the 13th of March. On our way back, we had to go to Nakasonga to verify one of the cooperative's innovations. We drove a very long distance off the main road, and the person that gave us directors made us get lost. We had to drive back like a whole 1 hour backwards, finding the place again. But we managed to get to the place.
7 a.m. knocks were already on because people were meant to be at the breakfast restaurant or table by 7, and some of our guys, the people behind the cameras, they were awake at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., downloading, exporting photos, and before they are putting down their head, the knock is already on the door, and they're saying no. And you know, painfully they would come out, and we pushed on another day. And it was one day after another, shock after shock. When the rains came and we didn't know whether the cameras would survive, and everyone is holding underneath and...
Now, this is not just an award process. As Uhuru and Goldstone, plus other partners like Busara, we have been very deliberate about ensuring we build capacity along the way. Whether you're talking about pitching skills or just being able to communicate your problem, having cooperatives understand what it means to be on the stage and communicate your value proposition. This has been very, very, very useful to the cooperatives and ourselves. And we've also appreciated the gaps that they have. And so as we develop our different capacity building initiatives, we will have been informed through this process what cooperatives need most to be able to be impactful and to drive this country's national development.
There is work being done, and gone are the days where these cooperatives were not structured. They've got, they are fully registered, recognized by government, but even their structures internally through having an AGM, the boards and management, they are doing a tremendous work in this country. We want to call upon our partners and all those in the communities that had not yet thought of joining a cooperative in your area. Look out for the opportunities. Join in these cooperatives and have something you're doing for yourself. And who knows, you may have a testimony yourself soon in this land.
Our dream is that we turn this into an annual event or an annual process.
Thank you
because it just goes beyond just giving people money.
Our technical team. Dear ladies and gentlemen, right about this time, our judges are back. Temperatures are high, expectations are high. From the team of the Masters of Ceremony, we say, may the winner take it all. Again, we wish to thank Liberty Insurance. We wish to thank Bank of Uganda, Goldstone Enterprise and Training, Spark TV, the Cooperator magazine, all cooperatives that participated in this very noble cause. And of course, thank the Almighty. By the way, Mr. Okello, I don't know whether you're here. Today it has rained. This is a very great sign that Uhuru Institute and its agenda have received a blessing from the Almighty. Let's give this a hand clap. In his remarks again, he said he prays that next year we shall have the same awards. He used the word if, but I want to remove the word if. And assure you, in God's name, that we shall have these awards even next year. Michael MC took off. I don't know where she is. If you look around, she's dressed in white. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her. Thank you.
I'm right here, Michael.
Most welcome.
Thank you very much. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that moment when the hearts of the participating cooperatives are really beating faster and faster because we're wondering who is going to be called up here.
We are all winners after all.
We are all winners after all, but who is that person that's going to go home happier than the other? So, ladies and gentlemen, to usher us into this next segment of this program today, allow me to welcome one of our partners to speak to us. Before then, we can invite the people in charge to walk us through the actual awarding activity. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me the Vice President of Busara Center for Behavioral Economics, Mr. Gideon Toll, to speak to us.
I can hear the tension. I can feel it. Good evening. My name is Gideon To. I am Vice President at the Busara Center for Behavioral Economics in Nairobi. Busara is it's a research and advisory organization. We work with partners such as the Uhuru Institute to apply the methods, the principles, the tools from research to improve their work, to scale their impact. And we do that across most of the African continent, from our headquarters in Nairobi, but also from here in Kampala and several other countries, but also in South Asia and in Latin America. We are very proud partners to the Uhuru Institute, and we have been collaborating together for 9 years now, 8.5 years, and we have seen the growth and the innovation that the Uhuru Institute, led by Jane and Leonard, have brought to the cooperative movement in Uganda, and we're very proud to see all of this today, and congratulations to you and team. Congratulations as well to all the cooperatives that participated in the inaugural Innovation Awards. All the 23 cooperatives from across Uganda who, starting from last year when we opened the applications, and the applications started streaming in September, to when the Uhuru Institute and all its partners did the evaluations, till earlier this year when there was a roadshow to go to the regional pitches to really understand these cooperatives, how they're innovating, how they're being resilient, how they're contributing to the welfare of their members, but also to their community and to the country at large. So congratulations to all the 23, but especially to the 6 finalists who've made it today. So Amucha Coffee Producers and Marketing Cooperative, Bushika Integrated Area Cooperative, Chibinge Coffee Farmers Cooperative, Menja Integrated Farmers Cooperative, Reformed Poachers and Batwa Farmers Cooperative, and last but not least, Uganda Central Cooperative Financial Services. Today's pitches were quite interesting. On a personal note, I come from Western Kenya, which is very similar to Mount Elgon. It's a lot of farming, coffee, tea. So when I was listening to some of the cooperatives go today, I was quite inspired and I was challenged. I was like, people are doing some very smart and innovative work. I should go and rethink some of the approaches we have. So congratulations to all of you. I'd like to hand it over to, I know I don't want to keep you waiting, someone more important who's coming to announce and tell you who is walking away with the big prizes. And I welcome my colleague Brenda Ogutu to come and do that.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Brenda Ogutu. I'm a senior associate at Busara Center for Behavioral Economics. I'm happy to be here, and I think I have the most important job. Without me, no one goes home with anything. So, Mr. MC, help me announce who is coming to be my, helper here.
Thank you very much. I'm so privileged to be your helper. I can do that job myself if you accept.
Okay.
But in the interest of protocol, allow me invite Mr. Martin, the Assistant Director in charge of non-bank financial institutions at the Central Bank of Uganda.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for. I'll start with the second runners-up. All the way from Bukomansimbi district. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Clap if yes. Okay. Central region of Uganda. It is with great pleasure that I would like to announce the second runners-up, and that will be Chibinge Coffee Farmers Cooperative. Congratulations, Chibinge.
Round of applause to Chibinge Farmers Cooperative. They have emerged second runners-up in this great competition. Congratulations, brothers and sisters. And over to the first runner-up. And I would want to invite Mr. Dunstan Chisule, the board chairperson for Uhuru. Please step forward.
Thank you. Okay, it's getting hotter. Now, from the slopes of Mount Elgon, Bududa district, it is with great pleasure that I would like to announce the first runners-up, Bushika Integrated Area Cooperative.
Chose me, and I chose you. We're the chosen few. Oh, and we are the lucky people. You got me, and I got you. We're the chosen few. Hey, I don't want your money.
Congratulations are in order indeed. And you know that when even God says when you earn something, you have to pay tithe. So I hope you remember, I can announce my number, my mobile money number. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go now. And the winner is? No. I'm not allowed. I'm not the one supposed to announce the winner. So Brenda is, of course, going to call out the winner. But allow me, with total humility, to welcome upstage our guest of honor. And that is none other than Ms. Elizabeth Nsima Dala from the East African Farmers Federation to present the award to the overall winner of this inaugural 360 Innovations Award.
Thank you, Mom. Okay, I saw people wanting to dance when I announced. You're welcome. You can jump. You can scream also. So, the moment we have all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, everyone under the roof, it is now my distinct pleasure to announce the winner of the Coop360 Awards. Where's the you know, yeah, exactly. Menja Integrated Farmers Cooperative.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less.
Congratulations.
Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Yes.
Thank you very much to the winner, the first runner-up, the second runner-up, and all those cooperatives that have participated in this Innovation Award. Like I said before, we are all winners. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Each and every one of us has played a role. The difference is some played their roles long before. Me, I've played mine today here, and together with Catherine, and we are equally winners. So at this point in time, allow me invite our guest of honor to give us her remarks. Let's put our hands together. Let's show some love to our guest of honor. DJ, give us something that will usher our guest of honor to the podium.
Yeah, thank you very much, our MCs for tonight, distinguished excellencies, my fellow cooperators, good evening. Good evening. I'm extremely humbled to be a chief guest at such an event where we are seeing the next generation of cooperators. We are not talking about the Banyankole Kweteranas, we are not talking about the Nyakatonzis, the BCUs, but we are talking about the Menjas. We are talking about the Bushikas. We are talking about the Chibinges. I think we need to give them a very big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to stand on the protocols already established and recognize all of you as cooperators, as friends of cooperators. And I want to, first of all, join the fellow previous speakers in congratulating the Uhuru Institute. Mr. Leonard Okello and your team, congratulations. And of course, the partners. Uhuru wouldn't have been in position to do all this without these wonderful partners. Thank you so much. Today, it's very evident that cooperatives are a special purpose vehicles for socio-economic transformation. Do we have any doubt? I think we've really seen this. And amidst the challenges, the global challenges of climate change, of forex devaluation, of the Russia crisis, of all the conflicts that we are having, our cooperatives have been very resilient. They have stood the test of time. They have outlived the corporates, the multinationals. We've seen companies like ShopRite's closing their doors, but our cooperatives are still performing. We have withstood the changes in all the governments, both in this country, but also in the region. We've also seen cooperatives creating global companies and global brands, because cooperatives is a global phenomenon. It's not about Uganda or the region or Africa. We are talking about the global phenomena. We've seen global brands like Rabobank from the Netherlands. We've seen global brands like Cruiser from the US, like IFICO, the International Fertilizer Federation Cooperative of India. And all these cooperatives are raking billions of US dollars in annual turnover. And I think we can do it. We can do it. We only need to change the way we do things. We need to embrace technology. We need to embrace innovations. We need to embrace science. We need to embrace research. And there are some basics that as cooperators we need to do. We need to have visionary leadership. And this is where I want once again to credit Uhuru Institute for providing leadership in the cooperative movement. We need to have good governance. We need to have good management structures. We need to have a good and conducive business environment and policy environment. This is where our government has a very big role to play. We need to embrace the cooperative spirit, the cooperative principles. We need to embrace the social aspect of being there for each other. We need to embrace partnerships, the public-private producer partnerships. Mr. Leonard talked about it. I mean, you can see all this has been able to be achieved because of the partnerships in this house. And also the ecosystem, we need to build an ecosystem just beyond being local and being national to the regional level. Maybe the next awards we need to see or award those cooperatives that have been able to move beyond the borders of Uganda. We need to create regional integration. We need to see cooperatives creating regional mergers and amalgamating and being able to do business across our borders. Today, I stand here tall, and maybe before you I might look short, but it's because I'm here as a cooperator, and I'm here representing over 25 million smallholder farmers and cooperators under our umbrella, the Eastern Africa Farmers Federation, which is a federation of federations, federation of national federations in the 10 countries of Eastern Africa with our headquarters in Nairobi. But I'm also representing more than 80 cooperators and smallholder farmers through other several hats that I wear as a director of Pan-Africa Farmers Organization and also the Africa representative at the board of the World Farmers Organization. But most importantly, you're the people that gave me these responsibilities, and it's because you believed in my leadership and you knew that I'm the person that would lead a winning team. And when I win, we all win, like we are all winning today. And this win has been seen at the global level and different levels, where I've been able to amplify the voice of our cooperators and our farmers. For those of you who were able to participate in the Dubai meeting, for the first time, you saw me on the stage at the Climate Action Summit, official opening of COP. In the history of the COP, this was the 28th COP, we had never witnessed a farmer and a cooperator being the first on stage to speak before even the host government. And I've also provided leadership under the COP28 COP reference group on food systems, where I represent voices of farmers and cooperators. But also, I want to draw your attention to other processes that are ongoing, because we cannot talk about climate change without engaging in the global processes that are happening. The global goal on agriculture process. We need to, all of us, actively engage, because at this point, everyone is putting together, the process is putting together indicators and different programs for adaptation. And whatever was presented here is all about adaptation. We need to get money to the farmers, adaptation finance. Farmers have to access financing, direct. But also in terms of food systems, we also, and I personally provided an advisory role at the UN level during the Food Systems Summit. And we continue to make sure that we provide oversight in the implementation of the national pathways at different levels. And at different committees, just next week, I'll be in Rome. I've been appointed on the UN DESA expert committee on SDG 2 that is going to provide leadership and prepare for the high-level panel in New York. So this is the winning that I'm talking about, that we are all winners and we all need to support each other. But as a federation, also our strategy is anchored around strengthening farmers as key actors across the entire value chain, but also making sure that we look at smallholder agriculture as a rewarding investment opportunity. And there is no way we can do that without embracing the concept of aggregation, without embracing digitization, without embracing these innovations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Uhuru, once again, for honoring me for all these responsibilities that I'm praying on behalf of the farmers and on behalf of the cooperators to be a special and chief guest to witness this function, the first of its kind in Uganda, the 360 Cooperative Awards, the first of its kind in Uganda, in the region, and I believe in Africa. And it's under the theme, Cultivate, Invest, and Impact. I believe I'm correct. So there's no way you can transform these communities unless we invest in the cooperatives, unless we cultivate values, cooperative values in these cooperatives. And that is the time when we shall create impact in our communities. Thank you, Uhuru. I can't stop thanking you, because I mean, you've provided leadership and you're good at doing this. And to the partners. I know, Leonard, when you were speaking, you said that this is happening for the first time, but you're also looking forward to make it an annual event. But I want to assure you that today you have so many partners in the house, and we are going to join hands. And by next year, it's going to be a very big vibe. This was just I would say, the appetizer. So the next menu is going to be next year. I see so many faces in the house, so many partnerships. So together, we are going to make it a vibe next year. To the winners, the first runners-up, the second runners-up, and the other three that made it to the final. You are all winners. Only that, whatever the judges were looking for, those that took the awards emerged the best. But we are all winners. And those that participated, the 23 that also participated, are all winners. And to the cooperative movement, we are all winners. Today, we've won. We've shown everyone that the cooperative movement is still there, is still vibrant, and it can transform our communities socio-economically. So I believe by the end of tonight, we are going to fire up and make sure that we closely work together to sustain this momentum to the end of this year and, of course, the next year when we watch the next awards happening. I want to end by reiterating my commitment personally and also on behalf of the Eastern Africa Farmers Federation that I represent as a president, that I would join hands with the Uhuru Institute and, of course, all these other partners in the next coming awards and make sure that we sustain what Uhuru has started. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Are those hand claps enough? Thank you very much, our guest of honor, for those wonderful, well-thought words of encouragement. And as the protocol has it, once the guest of honor has finished giving her remarks, it is only the MC who can continue talking.
Only the MC and the co-MC. Please.
Do you want me to say it?
Maybe the other thing, the other person that can be allowed to speak after the guest of honor has spoken is the winner. How about we hear from the winner? Please, come up stage. Tell us how you feel.
As these guys come on stage,
tell
there's
us
one
what
thing
your secret was.
I'll
the
tell
winning
you
tricks.
some of the secrets.
Oh, really?
The winners were the only cooperative
That did
who
what?
had topographical challenges.
Oh, yes.
They knew how to use or turn their circumstance into an opportunity. If you remember their slides, as you come forward, the winners,
Please come.
they seemed to operate in areas where people
Did
who
you
have
see
the
the
weight like
irrigation
mine.
scheme?
Exactly. If you have my weight, you cannot survive where these people are. Otherwise, you'll fall over. Huh? So,
We have a microphone here.
Thank you.
Just tell us how you feel. Do I even have to ask how you feel? I know you're super excited.
no slides.
No slides. Just tell us how you feel.
Thank you so much.
Please come forward.
The
We need to
participants.
hear you, but also see you and
I'm-
get inspired to win next time.
My name is Cherop Moses. I am from the mountains of Kwen district. I am the cooperative manager, and I want to thank all the team that we built up and we came up to this time. One of the new things that this cooperative called Mengia had is deliberate change of the mind. We no longer wait for government that we want to wait for. We do, whether government is there, whether private sector is there, we do our things the way it is required. Number two, the leadership is too committed. And you know, cooperatives can always disturb. And it needs a vibrant leadership that brings all these people on board. So we have a team that is steering, that is board of directors, that is steering the cooperative in a very, very right directions. The other thing is the nature of the land has given us also the opportunity. We just go and tap the water from up and then we just irrigate. Right now, the temperatures are too high, but we are harvesting Irish potatoes. The water is full throughout the year. So that is one of the things that has outcompeted some of our leaders. But I don't say that they have also failed, but they have done it. But of course, the best always to be the best among the best. Thank you so much.
Good evening, team. I'm really so happy, smiling all around. I know you feel my smile. The first thing I want to do is to thank the team from Huru Institute who managed to come up to Mengia Integrated Farmers Cooperative Society. When I met them, because I was the one directing them, I told them, do you think your car can reach that cliff of ours? And then they were like, we shall reach, but I was doubting. But I just want to thank them because amidst the hard conditions that we are in, amidst the changing weather conditions that were there, we managed to go through even the rain. They were really resilient. That's what I can say. So I want to encourage all of us that thank you for the justice that you have put in, and I really feel we are the best, not so? Does the house feel we are the best? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So So you're all welcome to Quen. It's up there in the slopes of Mount Elgon. I was cut short by the time. This is the innovative team, and we still have some members there. And what we have done so well, and our innovations are seen in what we have done. We want to thank you and appreciate everyone for cheering us up. God bless you.
Thank you, everybody. Still once more, my name is Kiptal Moses, chairman of steering the organization. Must say God has done it today, and I must thank Uhuru Institute for initiating the idea. Because I know you are in Kampala here, but many things have not been seen. Many things are being done by farmers where there's no documentary. So I think we are very grateful to Uhuru Institute. The other very important thing is the partners. We are happy to associate many partners, NTV, we are now live. We have seen even Liberty. All this, I think, we have seen your efforts. Then lastly, about our competitors. You know the journey has just started. For us, we are just a young organization. We didn't think 2020 and now we are able to compete at national level. So I think there is time. It is possible that all of us can do it. But what is very important is what is the impact down there? Because our communities are not really doing very well. So we really ask all those ones who can do research, who can do documentary, we should not stop inventing. I have been seeing these writings, 18-something, 1948. What about today? We need to wake up and see that we can invent, and then we do things the right way. I am really very happy. I'm not an engineer, but when I put water on the graft flow scheme there, then I fix the pipes. Even the land fixes the pipes, and you see there the irrigation going on. It is possible in all these mountains. I've traveled to Mount Kenya. It is possible. Mount Ruwenzori, it is possible. But what we need is to organize and a network. We have seen potato. We are improving from the local varieties. We are now on the Dutch varieties. We have attracted people from Rwanda. We have even people around here who are doing crisps. We can do all this. All this is possible. So I must thank everybody. I'm not a winner, but all of us are winners. But what we still need to do is to reinvent. Let us not wait for government. Government is us, as long as our people are empowered economically. So right now, I am humble. I know my community is seeing me now. I saw even my group, the Batwa community. You know, for us, the Benets, we also come from the mountain. Government resettled us down. So we need to change the status quo. We shouldn't wait. Time is ours, and we can make it. Thank you. Thank you once again, the judges.
Hey, show us what you got. Yeah. Show us how the winners dance. How do we do it?
Sangda Guseriet.
We have our